Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you all again. Today we'll be doing a haul of my both November and December pre-orders and pickups. I'm excited to get started and I hope you are as well. To start with, we have quite a few Nendoroids sitting here. We're going to start with them in their groups. So we'll be starting with the Amnesia Nendoroids. Well, I shall carefully try to hold 3 Nendoroids at once. Oh. Alright, here we go. So I have Iki, Ukyo, and Kent. I do want to get the rest of the Amnesia Nendoroids. It just wasn't in the budget when they came out, so I'm going to have to pick them up aftermarket. But these 3 are my favorite anyway, so that's why I picked these ones up. I'm really excited with how they came out. I think they look really good, especially considering the outfits for Amnesia. I'm gonna put these down so I'm only holding one at a time. The outfits for Amnesia are really detailed, especially because it's a visual novel. I didn't really have to worry too much about all the eccentricities of their outfits, and because they're modeled after VK stars for the most part, or at least VK fashion. It's very extra, but I think they did a really wonderful job. They have some of the most beautiful hair shading I've seen on any of my Nendoroids. To get that really, they have a lot of ombres in their hair. You can also see it, I think, pretty well on Ikki's. Hopefully that will focus. I'll also make sure to put some B-roll in. The other thing that I really like that they all came up with is that they all came with their little cards, their little card suits. So we have the spades for Iki, and then Kent has his clover, and Ukyo has a little joker card. They're really cute. I almost wanted to pose all of them with them, but they also they come with a lot of really good, cute little poses. So I will be sure to put some B-roll in. I don't think I will be putting in all the different poses for the B-roll because all the Nendoroids I got are a little finicky to pose and they fall apart a lot. So I don't think I'll be putting in all the different poses, but at the very least I will be showing off the pose that they're in. The other group of Nendoroids I got is some Twisted Wonderland Nendoroids. So I got Azul here. He also came with the Twisted Wonderland Nendoroids in general, I think, come with a lot of different accessory parts. He comes with ones that are actually meant for other Nendoroids to wear as well. He comes with the anemone for them to wear if they broke a contract, which is really fun. I really liked this pose, the giving very mafia boss pose. So I'm really happy with that. I want to eventually get all of the Twisted Wonderland Nendoroids, but they are kind of pricey. And speaking of pricey, I did pick up the Malleus Nendoroid. He's my favorite out of all of them, so I bit the bullet and I paid the aftermarket price for him. I don't think they're gonna re-release them. And I know that when the anime comes out, it's only gonna get more expensive. So I bought him off my figure collection from a seller. They were wonderful. I do have him holding his little scepter, but it's a little top heavy, so I'm gonna put it down. But I'll make sure to get B-roll with him holding it. The other thing I really love about this, which speaking of the details they kind of put in, is I'll take his hat off and show you, is that they've included the markings. So hopefully that will focus. The markings on his forehead between his horns. That's part of his design, but you don't ever see it, even typically in his cards. Like we've seen in the past couple cards they've released, but the Nendoroid doesn't have anything with his bangs up, so there's no reason you'd see it. But it was really exciting when I when I opened up the box and saw his faceplates and saw that they added that extra detail to it was really exciting for me. And the last Nendroid I have, which is, let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of 6, I have the Magia Baser from Gushing Over Magical Girls. I know that this is kind of a contentious series. Some people really liked it. Some people really didn't like it. It is a spicy or spicier series. I liked it. I really liked the designs in it as well. And I think I also got her Pop-Up Parade, so that will also be coming in. But I think her Nendroid's really cute. I was really excited to get it in. And that's all of the Nendroids that I've picked up. I also have a Pop-Up Parade, which, let me go get that. Alright, so for the Pop-Up Parade, I have the Kagami Rin Bring It On version. I did not pick up the Len. I simply didn't have the money to pick up both of them, and I like Rin a little more. So I picked up Rin. She looks really great. I know a lot of people have been talking about how the Pop-Up Parade larges are looking really good, and the Pop-Up Parades in general have just been getting better. And I can agree with that. I think she looks really great. I wouldn't even say there's tons of necessarily shading on her, but the sculpt I feel like is really solid. And I really love her facial expression and the color blocking they did. So I think she's just very, very cleanly done, which I'll be sure to get some B-roll of her. There is some like seam lines I can see on her socks. Things like that. Some of the seam lines you can kind of see, but generally they don't really bother me. And again, I think she just looks really great. Moving on, we will be moving into the scale figures next. For my scale figures, we're gonna start with this one, since YouTube will not get mad at me for this one. Some of the other ones we will have to see. They might end up having to get censored. But this is the Sakuma Rei from Ensemble Stars, the Enchanting Myth version. He's so beautiful! His base is plastic, but they've carved into the marble to make it look more like marble, so it does have the actual lines in it. He is quite big, if you couldn't tell. I put him on my shelf, and he takes about as much room as my 1/4 scale does, which is a little crazy, but I kind of don't mind because he's so pretty. I'll be sure to put my figure collection in my description as well, so that you can take a look at him on the page. He wasn't that much money either, if I remember correctly. I think he was around 20,000 yen, which is a lot of money, but is pretty typical now for figures. And they really embodied him perfectly, and the body sculpt is really insane on him. All the little wrinkles in his clothes, and I love the different finishes they've used on him. So they've used a glossy finish on the ears and the boots, and this really pretty metallic on the gold and the wings. So I was thrilled. I haven't seen anyone really talking about him, which I don't know if that's just because I'm not in the right spaces to hear people talking about him, or if it's because it's Ensemble Stars and people just aren't buying figures from it. I don't really know. I feel like he kind of went under the radar for a lot of people, which I think is surprising. I'd recommend picking him up if you can. I can check and see if he's still available on AmiAmi. I don't know if he is, but it's definitely worth picking him up. He's gorgeous. Right, moving on to the more risque figures that I picked up. We will see if YouTube is happy and will let me show these. The first one I picked up is the re-release of the Yami to Love Ru Darkness Nurse version. As I think I've mentioned before, really like nurse and hospital figures, so I'll be picking up a few different ones of that genre coming up, and this was kind of a no-brainer. She's so cute. The only thing that I thought was really strange is that, let's see if I can get her to position. She has a little chart on her clipboard, like a little piece of paper that you have to put on her chart when you put it in her hand. I don't know why they didn't just print it on the chart. They give you an extra one of the papers because they assume you'll lose it, which I almost did. But I don't really know why we need to have the set of paper to put it on. It can fall out a lot, which is really annoying. And putting her clipboard in her hand was pretty difficult. She was kind of difficult in general to get onto her base and the clipboard in her hand. Her hat is magnetic, so if you, I don't know why you'd want to display her without the hat, but the hat does magnetize, which is nice. And she looks really great. I mean, it's Alter, so you can't really go wrong, but I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir when I say that she's wonderful and we should all pick her up again. As we know, because she did get the re-release. But yeah, she's really fun. And this might be the only one that YouTube might let slide. So let's keep going. Alright. So, I picked up my first binding figure, which is, pick her up, she's very heavy, the vanilla bare-legged version of the dress version, the bare-legged version. I like binding figure. Because I know that they have there's another version of her, but I don't right now. She is very heavy, so I have to be careful. I will obviously not be showing her without the dress on. So sorry. I know there's lots of other places you can go to get that, as well as on my figure collection. There's quite a few people who have images of the sculpt underneath because her clothes are fabric and are removable. I know a lot of people were complaining about how difficult it was to get the clothes on. It's a little difficult. It wasn't too bad for me. I'm used to dressing up dolls, and this is just the same thing. Her arms do come off, which make it easier, so you don't have to kind of like fight through to get the shirt through her arms. The one thing I am planning on is I think I'm gonna get little socks to put on her feet, just so they're not fully out like this. And then I think, because I also really love the tights version of her figure in the black, but I really love the light blue, so I kind of want to get like a white tight or like a little blue slouchy sock to put on her. I've seen people in my figure collection say that they fit the Dolphy Dream size, the 1/4 size, I believe. So it would be the mini Dolphy Dreams. Fit them. I've seen people put them in like different outfits and such. But I think she's really great. She is ginormous. Particularly the pigtails make her really, really big. She's probably, about a foot across? And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I think I got it. Her bell actually rings. So they put a real bell on her, which is so cute. I picked it up. I couldn't handle it. It was so cute. And I think they nailed... I know they changed her face over from the original one. The original black and white dress version with the tights. And I think the face is
from
really on point for Nekopara.
She's really pretty. She is a little spicy.
or at least suggestive. So YouTube, I might have to censor her for YouTube, especially during the B-roll, but she's gorgeous. She's my favorite Chio figure, besides her base. Her base is ridiculous. Let me put her down gently. This is her base. I can fit both of my hands on it. It is ginormous, and it's not, I thought they would at least put like a furry base on or something other than just essentially spray painted plastic. That's ginormous. I did get a little bit of paint transfer to come off. She was really hard to take off her base, but they had put a film layer across the whole bottom of the base, so that my only option was to take her off to get it, or pull her and accidentally have one of these many, many delicate strands of hair possibly break as I pull the plastic off. So you might be able to see it on back. There is a little bit of paint transfer that came off, so she's a little damaged, but it's in the back, so I don't really mind. I think I'm going to display her not on the base anyway. So yeah, I think she looks gorgeous. Oh, she's so pretty. She's my favorite. I was hunting for her for quite a while. She doesn't come up that often, even on the secondhand sites. She doesn't really come up that often. Let me put her over here. All right, and that is my haul for November and December. I'm really glad to share it with you guys, and I hope you'll come back and we'll have more fun in the coming year. Oh my goodness, in 2025. In 2025, we're also going to be looking at some more cosplay stuff that I've been doing, so look forward to that as well. Bye!